off my stage.
I told my husband 2 days ago he needed to take a lie detector test about his infidelity.
Let me just start this like this. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. When the test come back and they say that I didn't do that stuff, then she can flip the chair, and then I can sit there.
Well, I found out about at least 3 affairs.
She's just gonna leave. Leave me, leave the kids, leave
If you
everyone.
don't take a lie detector test.
Yeah.
What if he fails?
If he fails, that's it.
If he fails, he's out.
Yep.
What if you fail?
I'm not gonna fail.
And if she passes?
Yeah, I'll probably kiss your rug.
You need to be kissing your wife a little more, it sounds like. Have you ever been unfaithful to him?
In a sense, yes.
Yeah, she come in 4 or 5 in the morning, and she come in drunk.
You're not my father. If I want to go out, I can go out.
You went on a date with somebody, you went and bought lingerie.
Well, it sounds like you're kind of doing the same thing.
It is.
So who's telling the truth, the audience? Who do you think's been faithful or unfaithful? Have you had sexual intercourse with anyone that you have not told your wife about? And the results of Tony's lie detector test is that Welcome to the show. My guest is Sherriner.
Yes.
And why are you here today?
I'm here today because I told my husband 2 days ago that he needed to take a lie detector test about his infidelity. I'm tired, and I need to know if he was cheating on me, if he was having a sexual relationship with other women.
And how long have you been married?
6 years. We've been together for 12.
You've been together 12 years.
Yes.
And why do you think he was having sexual relations with other women?
Well, I found out about at least 3 affairs through friends of mine. And I can't even believe that he would do that to me. I can't believe it.
Why would you stay with a guy like that?
Because I love him. At the time when I found out about the first affair, we just had recently had a child. And I wanted it to work. I wanted it to work.
How do you have any trust in and you're 100% positive? You're obviously not 100% positive because you want the lie detector test.
Yes. It's hard to get out of my head.
If I keep taking him back, you're kind of giving him permission to do it.
Well, in a way, yes, but he promised that he wouldn't do it again. He promised he wouldn't do it again. And
after
I know,
the first time?
Yes.
After the second time?
Yes.
After the third time?
Yes. I know it's cliche, but I wanted to believe him. I wanted to believe him.
How do you know, like, does he go out at night and stay out? And
No, he did not do it at night. He did it during his work hours with a coworker.
How did your friends come about telling you this? Like, by the way, your husband's cheating on you?
Well, they did it through the internet. They did it through the internet.
Somebody sent you an email?
Yes, yes. And I confronted him. I confronted him. He denied it. And I confronted the woman. And she didn't deny it, but she said they didn't have a sexual relationship. He keeps saying that, oh, I didn't cheat on you because I didn't have sex with her. But cheating is cheating. That's the bottom line for me. Cheating is cheating. If you're emailing, if you're talking on the phone at night and I don't know about it, you're cheating.
So you're saying it's not so much the sex, but if he's interested in another woman, if he's emailing, talking on the phone, and he's not telling you about it, you feel he's cheating?
Yes.
Okay, and what does he say about that? Does he admit that he was having a relationship other than sexual with the other woman, or? He
said that it was a friendship. He had some issues. We were going through some problems. He talked to her on the phone, told her about our issues, basically.
Well, that's got to be a little hurtful, even that. If he's discussing your marriage problems with another woman,
yes.
That would, I can understand you being upset by that. So has he ever admitted to having sex with anybody else?
No, and I don't believe him. I don't believe him.
Why would you marry him if you had all the doubt, though?
Before we got married, I only knew about one incident. And then afterwards, I found out about another incident, and then it was just like a snowball. It just kept going and going and going. And
did you ever leave him?
Temporarily, I would say, well, I don't want to be with you anymore, and, I would go my way for maybe a week or so, and then we would talk, and then we would get back together.
Okay, so what's going to be different now?
As crazy as it may sound, I want to work it out. if it can be worked out. But I need to know if he told me the truth.
And he took a lie detector test before the show?
Yes.
And you also took one, right?
Yes.
Have you ever been unfaithful to him?
In a sense, yes. When we say, okay, I'm not going to be bothered with you anymore, I'll go my way. But as far as sexual, no, never, never. Yes, I say, okay, I'm going out and I'm going to, look for somebody else, and nothing ever happened. Nothing sexually has ever happened.
What has happened?
I go out on a date. If someone, kisses me, I'll kiss them, but otherwise, no. And it's wrong. It's wrong. It is wrong. Okay? I'm not by any means saying I'm an angel. I'm not. But for me, I just need to know.
Well, it sounds like you're kind of doing the same thing.
It is. You know what? It is. It is.
Let me just start this like this. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. When the test come back and they say that I didn't do that stuff, then she can flip the chair, and then I can sit there.
Have you had sexual intercourse with anyone that you have not told your wife about? And the results of Tony's lie detector test is that you've told your husband that you kissed other men?
Yes, yes, I have.
And he's staying with you?
I've been honest with him. He knows that he's not doing the things that he needs to do as a husband. Let's take,
Does he
for
kiss
example.
you?
No.
He never kisses you?
No, he does. But now the intimacy is like next to none. Okay?
You don't sleep together?
We sleep in the same bed?
Well,
No.
as adults.
Rarely.
How often?
Maybe once a month. But since that issue has happened, it's rare. He has said things to me during the course of him cheating, like, oh, well, I can't get in bed with you because, I'm not happy with your body. I have 5 kids, Steve. I have 5 children, all right? So for him to say he's not happy, I think it was just an excuse. We're talking about a ton of things on top of each other. Every time when an important event in my life has happened as far as my education, we've been together 12 years, 3 degrees. Every time this happens, yes, if you're going to cheat on me, I'm going to say I'm not going to be with you and I'm going to go my way. So it's not just like, oh, sporadically I'm just going to go out and, go on a date with somebody. No, it's during those important times.
But how do you go on a date with somebody when you're married?
You just do, Steve.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. You don't. You don't.
But what I mean is, why you shouldn't be there. I mean, you're certainly not helping your marriage by doing that.
Steve, I have asked him for a divorce on several occasions. He basically
You don't have to ask for a divorce. You can say, you know what, I'm divorcing you.
That is true.
Do you think your marriage can be saved?
I think it can be saved if we have the test done and we both told the truth and we both make a conscious decision to say, you know what, we're going to put this behind us and we're going to work on things.
What if he fails?
If he fails, that's it. That's it. We cannot.
Really?
Really.
Why
Steve.
the big ultimatum today?
You know what, Steve? I looked at everything that I've been through, and I'm not saying, like I said, I'm no angel. I put him through some things as well.
Did you ever sleep with anybody?
No, never. Never.
What if you fail?
I'm not going to fail.
You're pretty confident you're going to pass?
I'm positive I'm not going to fail.
Okay.
And as bad as it may sound, going out on dates with other guys, as bad as it may sound, I tell him. It's not.
Yeah,
I know,
but that doesn't make that any better.
You know what? He knows.
Why not go on a date?
That's true. We should have just gotten a
you're being
divorce.
truthful about going on dates and kissing and all that, but I don't know how that helps your marriage.
It doesn't.
That's got to put,
It doesn't.
you know,
It doesn't.
it's got to
It
put
doesn't.
thoughts in his mind.
Could have. Could have.
All right, is he a good father to your children?
Yes.
So he's a good provider, good father?
He's an okay provider. He's an okay provider. We have discussed issues about him and his job and providing for the family, contributing more to the family, I should say.
But he works, right?
Yes.
He's not a bum?
No, it's not a bum.
Not a drug addict?
No.
Doesn't beat you?
No.
And the lack of intimacy, is that on your part or his part?
His part.
His part. So you would go crazy?
I won't say I would go crazy,
A couple
but
times a week?
yeah.
Okay. That's crazy when you're married. I'm going to ask you to leave. I'm going to bring him out, and I'll bring you back out, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's bring Sherriner's husband out, Tony. How you doing, Tony?
Hey, how you doing? Let me just start this like this.
No.
I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you.
Well, honestly, if you wanted to have a seat, you could, because I don't let people that, when they abuse somebody, when they're not taking care of their kids, she said, you take care of your kids, you're a good father. She's saying you never admitted to cheating on her, that you didn't have a sexual relationship. So, you know,
Right.
she doesn't trust you. That's not worthy of not staying on my stage, but if you're more comfortable
I'd rather
standing.
stand. So when the tests come back and they say that I didn't do that stuff, then she can flip the chair, and then I can sit there.
Okay. So who's telling the truth, the audience? Who do you think's been faithful on faithful? Who's backing Sherriner? And if she passes,
Yeah, I'll probably kiss your rug.
you need to be kissing your wife a little more, it sounds like. All right, we're going to read yours first, Shireena. Have you had a sexual relationship with anyone other than your husband? And the results are...
You are the father.
Get off my stage! You have a very attractive wife. You've been together.
I do.
Been together for 12 years, right?
Yes, you're right.
You love her.
Yeah, I love her to death. And the reason why, you know, we had an argument a long time ago with me and her. And she said, well, every time your wife go out, she's cheating. So she go out, she's out 4 or 5 in the morning. She come in drunk. While she's doing that, I'm in the house taking care of the kids, making sure they eat, take a shower, and all the stuff like that. So when she come in drunk or whatever like that, why would I want to be intimate? How can I be intimate? And then when it's bothering me, when it's hurting me, I'll go talk to people. People say, dude, how can you just let your wife go out, come in the house 4 or 5 in the morning? I know I'm not a father, I can't tell her what to do, but I try to, you know, say, be more respectful, you know. If you're gonna be out, at least come in like 2, 3, something like that. 4 or 5, you beating the sun home. You're trying to beat the sun rising to come in the house. And
Do you ever worry that she's being unfaithful to you?
I try, you know, my heart say no. My heart say, you know, she's doing the right thing. You know, she's going out having a good time. But then my mind is playing tricks on me. My mind is telling me that, you know, maybe she is out there doing something, you know.
And have you been sexually with another woman?
No, I haven't. Just one time I told her about, this was way before we got married. I told her about this situation, and that was it.
But it was a non-sexual relationship.
No, one incident happened.
Well, when you were dating.
Yeah, when we were dating.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. But like since we've been married, I had like, you know, a couple of friends. You know, one friend was like, you know, she was just cool because I'm into like, you know, video games and stuff like that. I play competitively. That's all that friendship was. But I had another friendship where I was telling her my problems and stuff like that. So that I can say was inappropriate. You know, that relationship was inappropriate.
And it was inappropriate because you were telling her things about your marriage to another woman.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, some wires got crossed. You know, she did say certain things to me. She did, you know, made, you know, some advances like far as like saying that she wanted to do something. But I didn't take her up on that offer.
And you stayed friends with her?
Not no more.
Not
because like it's really killing my marriage.
She doesn't trust you, obviously.
Yeah, and that's where all the problems come from, because of the trust. And that's also prompted me to like be sneaky about what I do, like going to a cell phone, check text messages and voicemails. And so when I hear a voicemail and a guy is like, yo, you're beautiful, I can't wait till we go out, this, that, and the other, of course I'm gonna get mad. So I called the dude up, I was like, yo, what's going on? So, you know, she tried to tell me that the guy was gay. I have nothing against gay people. But she said the guy was gay.
Well, whether the guy was gay or not.
He's a guy,
right.
Period. He's a guy, period.
And the guy's leaving your wife that message.
Yeah, so, you know. And also I had another encounter where somebody else she was like supposed to have been talking to. And when I confronted him.
Wouldn't you say, why are you giving out your number to other guys?
Yeah, and that's another thing. This last guy, she said she met him on New Year's. He was like a photographer in the club or whatever. But what prompted you to give him your number? Right. You know, why is he calling you every so often?
And so how do you feel about your marriage?
Right now it's really rocky. It's really rough.
And you called the show.
Yeah, I did.
Your wife didn't call, you called.
Yeah, I did.
And why did you call?
Well, first of all, I made several attempts to try to get a lie detector test so I can prove to her, like, you know, what I told you was what was going on. And she basically came to me this week and said, look, if you don't get this thing done before, you know, whatever date, then she's out. She's going to leave. She's just going to leave. Leave everything. Leave me, leave the kids, leave everything. If you
don't take a lie detector test.
Yeah, so I mean, I think our relationship can be saved, you know.
What if she takes a lie detector test and she fails?
You know, I think that's my discretion then. I think I will let it slide.
If she's been unfaithful to, she's slept with other men, you're going to let it slide?
I might let it slide.
Wow. All right.
Because I have kids, and I don't want no other man raising my kids. I have a little daughter.
Well, I wouldn't want any man sleep with my wife either.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, of course, you know.
Every time I ask you what happened, you tell me like 3 different stories.
I went over there just to try to vent, and then...
You slipped into it.
No.
Have you had sexual intercourse with anyone that you have not told your wife about? And the results of Tony's lie detector test is that... Would you ever be able to trust her again?
Yeah, because then I feel like I feel like everything is even then. Because I did do something. I'm no angel. I'm no angel. I did do something, and I told her about that.
So then she gets one.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that.
No,
but
I know you don't want it.
If it happened, I mean, I still want to keep my marriage. I want to keep my marriage. So whatever it takes, that's why I'm in.
Hey, it's your comfort level, and if she passes, that'll be a good thing, and you'll feel happy that she never did that.
Yeah, I'll probably kiss your rug.
I don't know if you want to kiss this rug. You need to be kissing your wife a little more, it sounds like.
Yeah, that
too. If you don't have this normal husband-wife marriage, you know what I mean? She's saying you guys you're not intimate with each other. Why stay together with all these problems?
Because that can change. She cut out some of the stuff that she's on. It'll be easy, you know.
Well, let's bring your wife back out.
Tony, how could you sit up there and say that I go out frequently? And second of all, I told you about that girl. I forewarned you about her, but you went out with her anyway. So don't sit up here and act like you're an angel. And I don't go out every weekend. I don't get drunk. I have a drink. You're not my father. If I want to go out, I can go out. Who are you to tell me what I can and can't do?
Your husband,
You already
basically.
know. No, but you can't tell me what to do. You're not my father.
Well, I asked
You're not my father.
And you didn't listen. You didn't listen.
What do you mean I didn't listen? I'm not a dog. I'm not a dog.
Yes, but if you ask me to do something, then you want me to do it every time.
No, you have your own choice. You can make your own decisions. I know the truth. What about you?
I know the truth too, and it will come out.
That's why
And it
you
will
told
come
me
out.
about sleeping with the other girl after we got married, not before. You should have gave me an opportunity to make that decision.
Well, the only reason why I did that because I was just afraid. I was afraid to say something about it.
Why? Why?
I was afraid.
You're about to spend your life with me, and you telling me you're afraid to talk to me? You afraid to tell me something?
I was ashamed of that, so that I was afraid to even say anything about it. That's why I didn't say anything.
But why would you marry me and not give me an opportunity to make that decision?
I mean,
It's my decision.
that's a good point. It's like, why wouldn't, if you're going to tell her, why didn't you tell her before you get married?
I should have.
Well, my question is, why'd you tell her afterwards?
Yes, I did.
And then right after he did it.
But then when you come out too, it's
But
like.
at that time, we was at a break.
Okay.
We was at a break.
Were you on a break?
We were at a break.
I told him that I didn't want to be bothered with him. So immediately he goes to this person's house.
No.
Yes,
you did. It was days after.
Okay,
it was days
2
after.
days later.
And during that time,
2 days later.
you went on a date with somebody. You went and bought lingerie.
You know what? That's besides the point.
You
I
went
did
on a-
not
you went-
sleep with somebody.
You went on
I did
another
not
date. You went
sleep
to the
with somebody.
movies.
Did I
You went on
have
another
sexual
date. You went-
intercourse with anyone? No.
Hey,
no,
how do
I did
I wasn't
not.
there.
No, I did not.
I wasn't there.
No, I
Why'd
did
you
not.
buy the lingerie?
Excuse me?
Why'd you buy the lingerie?
I didn't buy lingerie. The person who took me out, he bought that.
Oh, he
bought
bought
that.
you lingerie.
Yeah.
And
Isn't
you
that
accepted
a
it?
little more
Yes.
personal than you
Yeah,
know
that's very
going out to
personal.
buy a bag of potato chips or something? like
No,
that?
you didn't buy a bag of potato chips. You slept with her.
Did you wear
slept with her.
the lingerie?
No.
What'd you do with it?
I don't recall what happened to it, but I didn't wear it. I didn't wear it. I knew he would be upset, so I didn't. I don't even remember what I did with it. Honestly, I didn't.
At least he's saying, he's owning up to it. He remembers
He's owning
what
up
happened.
now. He's owning up now, and he doesn't remember everything. Well, if he's telling you he remember everything, he didn't tell me that.
Well,
and
I'm
I asked
owning
him
up to
several
everything
occasions.
because-
I asked you what actually happened. Every time I ask you what happened, you tell me like 3 different stories. So what am I to believe? What am I to believe?
You keep asking me the same thing
Yeah, and
over
you should
and
be
over
telling
and
me the same story.
badgering
You should
me
be
about
telling
the
me the
same
same
question.
story.
And then you want to break down everything in little sections and say, well, what was you thinking at this point? What was you thinking at that
Because
point?
I want to know. I want to know.
Most guys are just we just act. We don't think.
I don't know
sometimes.
that I'm not a guy.
We just,
I don't know that I'm not a guy.
we just act.
I'm not a guy. I'm not a
Sometimes
guy.
it's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. We don't make it complicated.
Well,
It's just-
simplify it then for me.
like I said, I went over there just to try to vent, and then
You slipped into it.
no. I didn't have no intention of doing nothing when I went over there.
No, it was way too much time in
Was the
between there.
venting good?
No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Steve, immediately after that, that's when he had the next situation. I mean, we're talking in a matter
Yeah,
of
but
months. I did.
But you chose to marry him.
Yeah, I did, but that was before I found out about the sexual encounter. I just knew about him having communication with the other woman.
Yeah, but if you're
but you were
having
going
doubt
out.
before you even get married, I mean, what's the point? I mean, if you're having doubt before you get married, why marry somebody you don't trust?
I didn't have a doubt before we got married. I found out about
But you're
the
saying
first
even
situation.
before it that he's having this communication with women and everything else.
Steve, I believed him. I assumed everything was fine until I found out. So it wasn't like, oh, I knew and
Until
no.
the girls' nights out. That's when my insecurity started. So that's when a lot of this stuff started for me.
When
I
you
don't know
met
for
me,
you.
I was going out. You already knew that. I can go out.
Yeah, but you
It's not my
couldn't- but-
fault. It's not my fault that you feel bad because you don't have friends that you could go out with. It's not my fault.
I do have
It's
friends.
not my
I do have
fault.
friends, but I choose not to do that. If I'm in a relationship, I'm not going to go
Being
out.
in a relationship, you
I'm
can
not
have
gonna go
another
out
life.
and be out until like
You can
4
have
or 5
another
in the
life.
morning.
Why? Are you afraid that you're not going to be able to control yourself? Because I
No,
can.
it's not that. It's not that.
Okay, so why can't I go out?
I don't know. I just feel like it wasn't cool. I
Why
just feel
can't
like
go
it wasn't
out?
cool.
It wasn't cool for me to go out.
No, I mean you can go out, but I'm saying coming in like 5, 6 in the morning.
Don't
to
even
me,
go there. Don't even go there.
You never did that.
Don't even go
You
there.
never did that.
Tony, you taking one situation and turning it into like, oh, this is a series for her. This is not a series. It's not a series.
All right, we're going to read yours first, Shireena. Have you had a sexual relationship with anyone other than your husband? And the results are, Tony, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone that you have not told your wife about? And the results of Tony's lie detector test is that
You are the five.
get off my stage!
I'm here today to find out if my husband actually had sex with other females during the course of our relationship.
I'm more so excited than afraid. I have nothing to be afraid of because I feel like I told the truth.
In order for me to move on, I need to know what's going on. I need to know the truth.
I feel like this is the only way I can clear myself. No matter how much I pour my heart out, there's still some like non-belief about whatever I say.
For the most part, I've been honest in a relationship. I've told him just about everything, you know? So I don't have an issue with taking a lie detector test.
It's either now or never, basically.
I think he's gonna fail. I think he's gonna fail a lie detector test. If he's not telling the truth, I don't want to have to go through this again. That is it. That's the last straw. I mean, how many times can somebody cheat on you and just take advantage of your kindness? I can't do it anymore. I can't. This is it.
You know, sometimes people are compatible. I'm like you. I don't want my wife going out till 4 or 5 in the morning. I don't want her going out. I don't go out. She don't go out. We stay home, but we're on the same page like that. It doesn't seem like the two of you are on the same page. Like, you like to stay home. She likes to go out.
But I feel like...
But I'm saying, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you both differ on looking at that situation, what I'm saying is, even if you haven't been unfaithful, that's going to cause a problem in your marriage.
I feel like if I was able to go out with her, like a lot of times she say it's girls' night out, and a lot of her friends, they're miserable. You know,
I can't help that. I can't help that.
You know what?
I can't help
Let me tell you
that.
like this.
That's their life. I can't help that.
I got a very beautiful wife, and a lot of them use her as like a pawn to bring guys in, so then they can scoop in and try to talk to them. You know, and I feel like that's sad on their side.
All right.
The other ones
All
are
right.
like.
So who's telling the truth, the audience? Who do you think's been faithful or unfaithful?
I don't care.
Who's back in Sherriner?
I don't care. I don't care.
Wow.
I don't care.
All right, we're going to read yours first, Shireena. He said if you fail, he's going to stay with you.
Sounds good for TV.
Sounds good for TV?
Sounds good for TV.
You don't think he would stay with you?
No.
No?
No.
Will you stay with him if
No.
he fails? So you're saying if he fails, he's out.
Yep.
All right. You think she's been telling the truth?
My heart says she was.
Okay. But your mind?
My mind sometimes play tricks, you know.
And you were asked, have you had a Shireena, you were asked, have you had a sexual relationship with anyone other than your husband while you've been together? You answered no. Have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than your husband while you've been together? And you answered no. And the results are, you didn't tell the truth. No, I mean, nope. She did tell the truth.
No, yeah. What did you say?
She told the truth.
Yes, I
You
did.
look pretty nervous, though.
No, I was not nervous at all. I was not nervous.
Like, damn, busted.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
All right. She passed. That's nice for you, right?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm ecstatic.
Ecstatic?
Ask him, is he dead? Kiss the carpet. Kiss the carpet.
No.
Kiss the carpet.
You know what? No. Don't kiss the carpet. Kiss your wife.
No, after the lie detector test.
Might be the last one you get.
Oh, hey, well.
Maybe we'll get some volunteers from the audience. Tony, you were asked on your lie detector test, have you had sexual relations with anyone other than your wife that you have not told her about? And your answer, no. Did you have a sexual relationship with your coworker? You answered no. Have you had sexual intercourse with anyone that you have not told your wife about? And your answer was?
No.
And the results of Tony's lie detector test is that he did not tell the truth.
You gotta be kidding me.
Okay.
Tony.
And now what's wrong with the test? What's wrong with the test?
Nah, this is definitely not right.
What did you say? What did you say? I didn't hear you. What did you say?
This is not right.
It's not right.
I'm serious about this. This is not right.
So mine's is wrong.
No.
Because if yours is not right, mine's is right.
I truly didn't. I truly didn't have.
Yeah.
I truly didn't have
Yeah.
any sexual relationship with nobody since we've been married.
So you know what's up, right? You know what's up, right? You know, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got set up.
You got set up. Yeah.
I got set
At the
up.
likely story,
You called the
got set up.
show.
I know I called the
You
show,
set
but
yourself up.
And you what? You believed him. You believed him.
This is not right.
No. Yeah, right, Tony.
This is
yeah,
not right.
Right. Come on.
I'm serious.
Come
This
on.
is not right.
Well,
This
Tony,
is not right.
Well,
Come on.
you were asked also, do you have any other children besides the 3? Because this was an issue. Do you have any other children besides the 3 you have with your wife that she does not know about? You answered no. Have you fathered any other children other than the 3 between you and your wife during the last 12 years?
That wasn't aborted? I'm saying before we were.
You're the
Listen,
guy. Wait,
listen, before we was together.
Hold on.
Come on, this is bull right here.
Stop
this. Is bull because I didn't.
Will you
I
wait?
didn't do none of this.
Tony, you want to wait? You want to wait? And you should hear the whole question before you start blurting stuff out.
No, that is wrong.
That's how guys give it up in courtroom because they don't listen to the whole question.
All right, go ahead.
Have you fathered any other children other than the 3 between you and your wife during the last 12 years? You answered no. And the results of that, you told the truth.
So why is that messed up?
Only you know, Tony.
Before I even took the test, I told before I even got in the car, I told him I'm feeling some anxiety. I got some. Nah, it's not funny. It's not funny because
I'd be feeling a little anxiety too if I were you.
But I didn't do none of that. I didn't do none of that.
So were you feeling anxiety about these 2
Yes,
questions?
and I told him that. I told him that during that time.
I think you're evasive. I think you haven't told her the truth about everything. When a grown man needs to be explained what sex is, I don't believe it.
That is definitely wrong.
Tony, I gave you an opportunity.
That is wrong.
Before you even
That
came
is
on
wrong.
the show, I told you. I said, Tony, this is your opportunity.
And I
right
told
here.
you everything.
Obviously not.
That is
Obviously
wrong.
not.
I didn't. I mean, what would be considered as probably a sexual encounter if I was watching a porno or something like that?
Said.
I don't know. I'm asking if it's something mental. If it's something mental that can be considered.
Well, we're all guilty then.
No, I understand that, but I understand that, but
Tony, yeah, you're digging the hole right now.
No, I'm not. Really, I mean, I know it could be funny. But really, this is serious, and this is my life. That's like basically on the line, and I didn't do none of that stuff.
Now the whole world
Well, then you
knows.
should be able to pass.
That is definitely wrong.
Hey, you know what, Tony?
And I'm not even trying. I'm not, Steve.
Tony,
I'm not even,
no,
Steve-O, I'm not
Tony.
trying to hear you right now.
Hey,
Look, that is definitely wrong.
really, as a married man, if you start having inappropriate relationships with women, you're discussing your marriage with some woman. Now you want to explain what sex is. You're a man. You know, lie detector test doesn't even know if you were watching porno, whether you did something.
I know that, but
maybe in your mind, oral sex isn't sex. Maybe.
But I didn't do none of that either.
Well, I'm just saying, you're lying about something. You're not telling the truth, and you're feeling guilty about it because you didn't.
This is definitely not right.
Do you believe him?
No, I knew he would fail it. I said it from the beginning. from the beginning.
But
I
it didn't
knew we
happen.
would fail.
It didn't happen. If I knew that, then I would have did it then.
If it didn't happen, you would have passed.
If I knew that, then I should have done it. I should have done all the stuff that.
Don't yell at me.
What do you mean don't yell at you? This is wrong.
Excuse me, that's not my fault. That is wrong. It's not my fault that it's
This
wrong.
is wrong, and now everything between us is going to be based off of this, and it's wrong.
It wouldn't be based off of this if you had came and
Then I
told me the
should have
truth.
did it then. I
If
should have
you-
did it.
Well, you know what? Maybe you did.
Come on.
I mean, it's not going to change. The words on the paper are not going to change.
So you actually saying that I had sex with my coworker?
No.
With this coworker?
He didn't say that. The lie detector test.
I know that, but if you ask this person, we never had sex. We never had sex. I wasn't even anywhere where we could have sex.
Phone sex,
phone
maybe I
sex,
heard?
internet sex.
So that's considered having intercourse?
If that's what you did.
But I didn't.
Did you talk about having sex with her?
She
Did
gave
you
me
talk-
Yes or no?
she gave me a proposal.
Yes or no?
I said, huh?
Yes or no? We don't need an explanation. Yes or
Did you
no?
talk about having sex?
She talked about it. I didn't agree to it. Didn't agree to it. I didn't do anything.
The question was, did you? And we're not talking about the other person because they're not here.
Did I talk about it? No, I didn't.
Did you ever
I didn't.
type on the internet, I'd like to have sex with you, fantasize, role play?
No, I mean, no. You know what? The far as something ever went with me, the far as something ever went with me was me basically probably looking at stuff over the internet, and that's it. I mean, I never.
Those were not the questions.
I know that, but I'm saying, as far as me having a sexual relationship, I never had a sexual relationship with this girl.
If you had any questions about the questions, you should have said to the lie detector.
That's what I was saying. So I
Excuse
told him
me.
I had some pain in my chest.
No.
When I walked in the door.
Excuse me. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
if you had
it's-
questions, yes, it's funny because remember when you were out here saying what you were saying, that was cool, right? When they were on your side. But now when the test came back, oh, it's not funny.
A marriage,
Man,
you know what? When you have to take lie detector tests in a marriage, your marriage is in big, big trouble.
But
Hold on.
if I was guilty, Steve, I'm telling you, I would not even have.
Call the
I
show.
wouldn't even have came out here. I wouldn't even
Came
came
out
out
here.
here. First
You
of
know
all,
what? Listen, there's a lot of guys call the show and they take lie detector tests, and for whatever reason, they think they can beat the machine.
I didn't try to cheat the machine or nothing like that.
But the worst thing, Tony, is that you can pass some questions and you fail others. That's what, to me, really cements it. So, you know what? We can offer counseling. Maybe we can get to the root of your honesty, tell her the truth about things. Maybe she'll forgive you. We're offering it. Whether you take it, whether you want to work things out with them, that's your decision.
She's not, but I'm telling you, this.
You know what? Forget the test. Who cares?
I didn't.
Test? Who cares? It's your marriage, Tony. It's your marriage. You want the counseling, Tony?
I'll take the counseling.
You
But
want the counseling, Sherriner?
I didn't.
I'll take it.
You'll take it? She's saying she'll take the counseling.
But
You know what?
I'm being
Okay.
100. I'm being 100 with you. I did not have a
Tony,
sexual.
again, I'm not married to you.
I know.
I don't care. I don't. I feel bad that your guys' marriage is a little bit rocky right now, that you don't have trust in each other. You both didn't have trust in each other. Go to a counselor, work it out. Maybe you could save your marriage. Let's go. This is my suggestion. If you really love her, I say you open it up, you talk, you be honest with her about things. And you know what? Like she said, she wants to know details and everything that happened. You know, you kind of lost the trust to begin with when you admit to cheating on her after you get married. When you do that, you start opening that door to doubt. And that's a horrible thing to start creating, Tony. And you got to just be honest and give her the truth. You know what? And if that's not good enough, well, then it's not good enough and your marriage isn't going to work. That's my advice. Show's over. I'm trying to help you out. You seem like a good guy.
I did, Steve. I told her everything.
Well,
There was nothing
Do you
left to
feel you
tell.
know
I
everything?
told her everything. I didn't have sex with this girl.
But you know what, Tony? There's other things. Like I said, you're even, I don't know you, but even the way you looked at, talking about the porno, talking about, the internet and the phone calls, and maybe it didn't have sexual intercourse, but maybe you had other things that would hurt your wife. And that's what's causing you to feel guilty. So that's what I'm talking about. So you need to be open and honest. And maybe if you're open and honest and you ask for forgiveness, maybe she'll take you back. I don't know. It's a good approach. I'd try it if I were you.
Shireena, it got to be something else that we can do because I didn't have any sexual relationship with this girl at all.
Okay, you keep saying sexual. You obviously did something
I didn't
sexual
do anything.
in nature. I don't know what it is. Only
I told you.
know
I
what
told you
happened.
about the hug and the kiss on the cheek.
Okay, maybe it wasn't with her.
Else.
Maybe it wasn't with her.
There is nobody else.
Excuse me. Don't raise your voice at me.
There is
because remember,
nobody
I
else.
passed the test. Remember,
There
I
is
passed
nobody
the test.
else.
Well, I don't know that. So we're still back at square one, where we was before we came on the show. Because first of all, I told you.
It got to be something extra we can do.
No.
Seriously, it got to be something extra that we can do so I can try to clear the air because
whatever extra you're going to do, Tony, you better be doing it with her. This is your wife. You had this problem before you got here.
I never cheated on you. I never had sex with anybody. 12 years. And I told you I would pass. And I gave you an opportunity.
And I told you I would pass, but apparently something went wrong.
You're
with
willing just to do the counseling, right?
Yeah. But
And you're what I'm saying. At least you're open to counseling. After that, you make your own decision. You said you're willing.
Her decision is already made.
Well, you know what? You want counseling. You said you'd take counseling. She said she'd take counseling. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
it's a step in the right direction. So
but
I want to bring my friend Jim in.
I feel as though like my life is over now.
Well, you know
I might as well
what?
get
You know
ready
what?
for a relocation or something like that.
That's up to you. I would be fighting for my wife if I were you. Well, you know what, Tony? We'll see how much you love her. The chips are down now. It's easy. You're right. You could walk away and be frustrated, or you could fight to make your marriage work.
I wouldn't even went through all
Yeah, I'm
this
sure.
trouble.
If you knew the results, you wouldn't do it. But you know what? You're not telling the truth about something. And even me, Tony, I'm telling you right now, I think you're evasive. I think you haven't told her the truth about everything. And I think when a grown man needs to be explained what sex is, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So I did my part. Listen, I did my part. You want the counseling? It's here. It's here, Tony.
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
All right. Then go with my friend Jim, and maybe he can help you. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. I hope you work it out, man. I hope you do work it out. Good luck to you. Get off my stage!